Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? YDBT Daily coming at you. A lot of shit has gone down in the last couple of days, but this show is going to be trucking. We're going to just move forward, entertain you, not get all somber. I know it's 9/11. I know Charlie Kirk got assassinated. At the end of the day, I can't control any of that shit. All I can control is what we're doing here, and we're going to get you back to normal, get you thinking normal shit, car shit. We're going to be back on track. Today, what we're going to talk about is a very common thing that happens, and maybe it happens in your business. Do you own a business? Have you seen customers do something similar where they go somewhere else to get worked on, whether it's a car worked on, whether it's a painting business, a deck built, a pool installed, knowing that there was something better or someone better, but for whatever reason, they picked the other company. And then when the other company does what the other company does, they come back to the initial best company and go, I done fucked up and I need your services. How should people like that be treated? I'm going to give you my thought process. When somebody goes elsewhere, gets treated badly, then comes back and says, hey, I need your service because I went to such and such and they did me dirty, and I need your help. We will talk about that and many more things, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly tells us to do it live.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
It does suck, but you know what doesn't suck? Are the sponsors of the show. The sponsors of the show make the world go round, and they keep the disco ball spinning. PMAS, Nick James, PMAS, best cold air intakes, HPX sensors. Build yourself cold air kits. Check them out. Nick James, PMAS, PMASMAF.com. Hashtag YDBT. You get a discount. That's right, Bicho. You get a discount if you use my hashtag. Oh my God, cookies. OhMyGodCookies.com. You want to get fat? You want to get diabetes? You want to have diabetes? You want to maybe make her fart on some cookie dough and ship it to you? Maybe she can put on some special lotion and get the dough all jacked up and give you a cookie that smells like her lotion? Check out OhMyGodCookies.com. Melissa and Lake, they need to buy a ZR1X, so get some cookies. DNAPperformance.com. Hashtag YDBT at checkout. YDBT at checkout. Injectors, wheels, tires, turbo systems. I don't know why the fuck you would buy whatever. Supercharger kits, all Go Fast goodies at DNAPperformance.com. PartsFarm.com. Used Go Fast goodies, OEM parts, wheels, tires, fenders, bumpers, cranker pallets, you name it, you can get it used at PartsFarm.com. Again, hashtag YDBT at checkout. You get a nice little discount. Auto Solution, Rami Zaidan, Auto Solution. He's going to be a Mod Nats. He's going to be sponsoring a couple of classes. He's going to be there, with his customers hanging out. If you're going to be at Mod Nats, say hi to Rami Zaidan for me, because I'm not fucking going. And Belak Industries, that's right. If you want to let everyone know you sell drugs, you get yourself a set of Belak wheels, and cops are going to be like, that motherfucker's got my whole month paycheck on the rear of his M3. As always, you're going to go to richprince.com/YDBT if you want some merchandise. Yes, they ship to Canada. I actually completed an order today, and we are shipping to Canada. YDBT hats, Emery hats, YDBT trucker and Emery hats, Dolo hats, YDBT flat brim and Emery flat brim. Shiesty! If you're gonna hold someone up and you're gonna slide on the ops, do it in a. I can't believe this is a fucking product. I gotta buy it. This is so stupid. I love it. Section 8 shirts and hoodies, Hush Money shirts and hoodies, ZR50 shirts and hoodies. Guys, the turbo kit is coming along. I got an update today. If there's some photos to share, I'll let you know. Booty Juice shirts and hoodies, Elote Juice shirts and hoodies, and long sleeve. Save the manuals in 1, 2, 3, 350, 85 to 86 Mustang, 87 to 93, 1320 Didios, F1320, vertical, horizontal, YDBT hoodies, long sleeve, short sleeve, Emery, everything. Stickers, Booty Juice stickers. We got so much shit going on. This is like a legitimate show. It's so crazy. It's weird how far we've come from the days of Power by the Hour, where I was just hanging out there and taking your questions. We'll say hi to the people here, and we'll talk about why the hell how people should be treated when they try to come back after choosing wrong the first time. Big Pops, NDLE, Joe Swiss, Nick, Slow 99, B. Leves, Mark Christensen, Dirt Story, Moneyback 40, Z33, Camzilla, Frank Donahue, Dirt Story, Joshua Judd, El Verga Larga, John Bonano, Toilet Dumper, Clint Stroke, Toilet Dumper gave me the size of the hoodie he needs, and I'm just like, bro, we got to get you on game. Clint Stroke, Clean 93 GT, 2000 MCR, Eiffel? 2000 MCR again. Robostyle Mustang Dennis. More pews, more booze. Cobra 460. Tony the Truck Guy. 5 Stalin. Carlos Bahena. Coyote Kelly. 5 Ho. 1 Slow 5 Joe Giovanni Garcia. Jared Wells, the new father. How's the kiddo doing? Rodney B. Richard Whedon. Richard Whedon. That sounds familiar. Are you Richard Whedon? Are you the guy that works at or used to work at one of those dealerships that did Roush and Whipple kits? That just sounds familiar. Jeff, semi-retired street racer, TJ Skorsky, President, Phil Fest, Peter Chiquito, Phil Fest, slamming the tortas in the West Coast. Bondaber says, hello, Cankle here. I guess my comment saying that his ankle looks fat. If your calf, if your calf is big, it doesn't mean it's muscular. I've seen many fat people with lymphedema, and they don't talk about how big their calves are. But I guess it got to them. Let's get them in the gym, and all the usual suspects. Thank you guys so much. Let's get back to normal life because we need it right now. We need some normalcy, and I hope I can make you guys laugh in these trying times. So, in the ticket system and just in general, on email, on Patreon, Instagram, and Facebook, I get a lot of people that hit me up and they're like, man, I am tuned by the ops and I fucked up and I need the Lund sauce. What do I need to do to get on game? So it triggers me. One, I'm ridiculously loyal. If anyone even looks at the Lunds sideways, I wish I had the Master P song, you know? But, fuck it. Let me see. Where is it? YouTube, Master P, Oh, it's on Wi-Fi? No, let me get rid of the Wi-Fi here. Disconnect the Wi-Fi. Let's get back on the sauce. Yeah, there we go. We're on the sauce here. Master P. There we go. Yeah. This is what goes in my head. When someone talks shit on the Lunds, I'm like, what'd you say? What'd you say about the Lunds? Bro, exactly. I'm going to have a problem. So when they say that, I go, okay, you should be treated with more, we should do more vetting on you. We should do more vetting on you. Number one, if you got tuned by the ops before you got tuned by the Lunds, why? Make it make sense as if I'm retarded. Why? Did you hear somebody say something and it makes you go, oh, I'm going to go to them because Lund sucks, right? So if you ever in your mind thought Lund sucks, why would you be a good candidate to get tuned by the Lunds? I would have a problem with it. I'd feel some type of way because I don't know your motivation. I don't know if you're doing some silly shit, which happens all the time. I don't know if you're looking to get attuned to then send a data log to a poacher. Oh man, I'd love to see your data log so we can go ahead and take a look at this. Maybe we can make your car run a little better. Oh, pieces of shit. So I start going, I need to talk to you. We need to have a conversation. I don't know what condition your truck, vehicle, car is in. I have no idea. So of course I'm going to feel some type of way if you used to go to the ops and all of a sudden you just switched up, because who knows if you're going to do the same thing to us. We don't know if you're a disloyal son of a bitch that goes, you know, this guy didn't answer. I'm going to go to some We're going to have a conversation. We're going to go, why? What's wrong? What happened? What's going on? Because the last thing I want to see is, oh man, did you see the data log? Let me get that data log so I can see what's whole. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life, okay? Because I'm at the point of saying, fuck everybody, especially after the last 2 days. That's how I'm going to roll. But I need to understand, or I need to ask the audience, what would you do? Let's say you have a pizza business, right? And someone goes to, the other pizza joint who's done shit to you, who, copied your menu, like identically, And then some guy comes to you and goes, hey, man, can I get a slice? And you're like, sure, what's up, buddy? I went to the other place and I shit my pants. Why'd you go to the other place? We're number one rated on Yelp. We're number one rated on Google reviews. We're number one rated in the town. We got the best New Haven or upside down on the spot in the town. We got this facility. Why would you go anywhere else? Well, I believe the hype. I believe the hype. Okay, so then there's a problem with you. So my problem with that is this. This is also my problem. If I wanted to get a tune from a Chevy guy, who the fuck do you go to? Right? So I'm going to do my research. I'm going to hammer it down. Let's say, for instance, I have a Chevrolet. Right? Let's say in Minecraft, I have a Chevrolet. And I'm like, let me do some research. Who is good? Well, it's going to be a vetting process. And then you're going to go, okay, I'm going to try this person. And these seem to be the highest rated and go from there. Or am I going to listen to people on Facebook, Instagram, or your cholo friends who don't know nothing? And then believe them without actually going through it. At least I can say I tried stuff. And I can give you experience based on my research. I'm like, okay, I do recommend this. I don't recommend this. I've had engine builders. I do recommend. I don't recommend. Okay, I've had tuners. I do recommend. I don't recommend. Personal experience as opposed to word of mouth on Facebook, Instagram, and the like. So I think an insanely smart thing to do is go hardcore on the vetting of someone like that, because all it takes is one or two people to really put a dent in your business, because who knows what their motivations are. And you need to understand, you don't have to say yes to every customer. One of the craziest things I've experienced in this business is that the customer is never right. I understand when it comes to sales, insurance, the service should be everything. But in this case, we gatekeep the information for a certain reason. Most of the fast guys go fast because they do what we tell them. And it's not because we just were born with that knowledge. We just have the data, like the most data to back all that up. So we have a cookie cutter 10 second, 9 second, 8 second, 7 second. And believe it or not, if you're willing to spend the money, we have a 6-second combo, factory computer or Motec. No one else can say that. No, there is nobody else that tunes a Ford with a stock ECU that can tell you the following. If you buy a Gen 2 Mustang, I can help you go 6s on the same computer and you never have to change the computer. Name any other platform that you can do that in. Go stock to 6 seconds in the quarter mile on the same computer. Very difficult. And the same stock transmission, Not stock, the case. So yeah, that's one of those things that we're going to be doing a lot more vetting on. We're going to be a lot more, we're going to scrutinize a little more. So we'll go from there. A blower showed up to Lund Racing. And I'm not going to tell you what blower it is. But there is a blower in the house at Lund Racing. So you will see the Lund Racing test mule that they bought. And they bought a supercharger for it. Didn't ask for any favors. That's how they do it, and I respect the ever-living hell out of the way they do it. They buy the product, full boat, shows up, install, get it going, get calibrations, see what the deal is. So that's going to be interesting. Give it about a month because Senior has to get the Grey Goose ready for World Cup testing. He's actually working on the Corvette, the ZR50. So it's going to be a very busy race season because this is when our season starts, where everyone else's is winding down in the Northeast. These are the times where it's winding up here. We'll talk about it, whatever else you want to talk about after that. But what should happen to someone like that? Have you experienced someone like that? Tay Speak says, Lund is the only option. Never looked anywhere else. JJ says, yo. Pamela Chu says, price. Price. When it comes to calibrating, price, you think is the reason that people are going somewhere else? That's wild. JD Swag, big thanks to you sending me a picture of the wiring for the throttle body plug. I had it right, but I was glad to know for sure. One tune, and Alex was done. Shenanigans, the Jew hands. People say Lund sucks until they get them pockets ran by a Lund car. Kill shop, your 200 shot car, you should really consider boosting that thing. I've just seen so many issues with nitrous cars. And again, guys, the nitrous tune is spark and fuel. How it's applied is 100% up to you. My meme is spreading, reminding me of the old ass cartoon character. Alex, I got an N-Gauge that can't be unlocked anymore. Let me know if you want it. Supreme Visuals. Send me an email, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. We'll see what the deal is. Are you allowed to teach classes online? This is the teaching. I'm not going to go, hey guys, this is how you start a base file. And no, that's psychotic. Number one, I am the server, not the chef. It is not my place to show you parameters that we deal with, software that we deal with. And I would never in my life say that I'm a teacher. This is why. Doers do, the others teach. Have you ever wondered that? Doers do. If you're a calibrator, you calibrate. But the ones that don't do it, teach it. How can you... I'm going to trigger some people. How can you go to school to be a teacher? Don't you think you'd have to do it to teach it? Like, you could see... Like, if you're in high school and your science teacher, your chemistry teacher, I'm like, wait, why aren't you a chemist? Why aren't you doing some chemistry job? Why are you making, $65K a year teaching chemistry to a bunch of snot-nosed kids? So when someone says, Alex, what about this school or that school and this school? Understand this. I don't think that anyone that teaches you how to tune in a certifiable fashion, meaning they give you a nice little piece of paper, they go, this son of a bitch paid for teaching, and then you use it as like validation. Well, I went to the learning school. I went to the learning school right there. I have a learning school degree. And you're like, tell me what cars your teachers tune. Oh, well, yeah, I know. So what has the 24 Mustang done to people? Number one, it has given them a false sense of security. Look, I can flash it, I can tune it. It made 2 more horsepower than the stock calibration. I'm a tuner. Put some power to it, make it shift. That is where you get absolutely lost in the sauce. Some of the better things to see happening is people get lost in the sauce on old combinations. How many tuners do you know? On the Coyote side of things can tune all generations, but can at the same time tune a Kenny Bell 168 throttle body on a Coyote with locked cams with a 4R200? I would a locked cam Coyote with a Kenny Bell throttle body and a 4R200. We call a guy literally ripping off the Lund tune because he would get lost in the sauce. He'd have to be there for a week figuring that out. So the moment we saw it get now, shenanigans. So this 24 Mustang gives people a false sense of hope. They just add some timing, maybe lean it out, maybe extend the rev limiter, and they're like, tuner, $800, right? And then, yeah, I'm gonna go twin turbo 1100 horse. Oh shit. You sure you want to do that? Yeah. Well, I think you should go Whipple because it's mapped. No. Fuck that. Let's do it. You're a tuner for 24 Mustang. I'm going to get a trans brake, built transmission, aftermarket converter. I want a bump, twin turbo, built motor, this cam, plasma man, and I want to go out through the record. And then you start going, shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then you get lost in the sauce. And guess who gets the call? Brrr. Hey, Lund, man. So I fucked up. I fucked up, man. So like, I don't know. Like, what can I do? I would be Vito Corleone going, you come in here, and you don't offer friendship. You come to my house on the day my daughter's to be wed, and you ask for murder. I ask for justice. Oh, your daughter's still alive. You don't need... When have I ever... What? He never had me over, even though I'm the godfather. I'm the godchild to your... I'm the godfather to your child. I forget. You don't offer friendship. And you don't even call me godfather. If I was John Lund Jr., I'd literally stuff cotton balls in my cheek and put on that wig and be like, kiss the ring, motherfucker. Look, I think there has to be some kind of extra scrutiny on people like that, all jokes aside, because their motivations are not clear. Their initial thought process is weird, and I don't want to be someone's parachute. Why not be the main? I don't want to be the backup parachute to anybody. I want to be the main motherfucker, the main character. So if you're like, well, you pull the chute, oh shit, there goes that. It never replied to me in 2 weeks. Oh, the parachute never replied to me in 2 weeks. Damn it, let me pull the Lund ripcord, and the Lund parachute unfurls fully, whoosh, catches you and puts you down nice and soft. I don't know that I want to save you from a falling plane. I might want to let you splick-ack, and then maybe you got to like start from scratch, coming correct. So that'll be an interesting thing going forward. Don't remind me, Theo. I have people urging me to be a teacher. Sean Vega, that day. Okay, Lund's pricing is middle of the road, nowhere near overpriced. Where can I watch your videos? I had Nitrous on my Gen 1 and ended up spending boost money on it. I hated it all. Said and done. Exactly, Jared Wells. Every single time that people go, yeah, I want a Nitrous. Well, we grudge race. We grudge race. So you stay up at 1 a.m. with poor people betting at a nasty track with $80,000 builds? Yup. Okay, cool. And you chose Nitrous as your main power adder, which means you need to know a lot about Nitrous. Like, Nitrous is the cheapest, but at the end of the day, you have to know the most to be able to run it. You need to understand how the car likes it. Like, take us out of the equation. 200 shot, here you go. Here's the AFR command. Here is the spark. Vaya con Dios, que se joda. Yeah, he's a dude-doer. In the Big Bang Theory, they constantly say that if you suck at your practice, then you become a teacher for it. Doers do, the rest teach. And every single time I hear someone say, oh, I run a school for tuning, I go, show me the fastest car you've tuned. And when they can't, I go, I can teach. Technically, I can teach, right? I know how to navigate the software intimately. I know that where the software likes the fingers put in. I know where the software likes the hook. I know where it likes everything. So I know where to go. So why can't I charge you $1,500 for a weekend for that? TJ from Dave's Racing says, I have a Gen 1 truck motor, untouched with a Turbo 400. I'm new to this. Talk to me. Yes, single turbo later. Now we're going to start talking thought process. TJ from Dave's Racing, if that's who you are, why did you get a Gen 1 truck motor? Go. Out of all of the motors that are out there, did you think, well, people go fast with LS truck motors. I'm going to try to go fast with a Coyote truck motor, Gen 1 at that. Like, tell me what you were thinking when you saw an 11-14 F-150 Coyote and you thought, yeah, that. I'm going to race that. Please answer that question. Do not wait for the translation. I personally like to get my tune from a Honda technician. Toyota, get it right. My whole feed all day has been about Charlie, which is tragic. It's nice to have a breath of fresh air. Thank you, Alex. I get it. Look, awful. But we got to get back to normal shit. We got to get back to having fun. We got to smile a little bit. And this show is ripe for that. My friend wants to know, what has better cold start, E50 or E85? At what level of ethanol do power increases diminished? It depends on your combination. Your Honda is going to have totally different characteristics of spark advance and spark tolerance based on the ethanol percentage. I posted the other day that E30 is gay shit, right? And not the other day, a while ago. And some Honda douchebag on Instagram, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Hondas, full stop. Do you think I'm talking about Hondas? Do you think I'm talking about Hondas when I am a known Coyote and Ford guy? So I live in the Coyote and Ford space. So when I say something, I am coming from the angle of Coyote engines. I don't give a fuck about your Honda, your LS. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Because when an LS guy pops off about anything, he starts saying dumb shit like, 4 cams, it should make more power. 4 cams, it should make more. Are you stupid? Well, let's talk displacement. Let's talk, you need 6.2 liters. Let's talk that. Oh, no. Every single badass LS anything starts with a 400 something. Not necessarily, Alex. Cool. Shut up. Say hello to my little friend, says Audio Truth, and leave the gun, take the cannolis. Nitrous is very end user dependent, not to mention people barely know how to check plugs nowadays, let alone good fuel. Isn't the Gen 1 truck normally the cheapest? That's why I'm asking him. Don't answer for him. I want him to answer. I want you to be interactive. Why did you get the Gen 1 truck motor? The worst motor you can get out of any Coyote generation is the Gen 1 truck motor. You have to replace the intake cam. It's totally different. It's lower compression. Well, that's good for turbo. Now you're really stupid. Now you're saying even dumber shit. At a certain power level, yeah, compression matters. I don't know, 1500. All the way up to that, keep it at least 11-to-1 compression. I don't know, call me crazy. How do I teach these kids? TikTok is to blame for a lot of it. People wanted the quick fix. People offering tunes for the S650 before they had their hands on it. It is crazy work. TikTok is one of those weird places where people see a guy go, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to install no 2 sensors. And they go, yeah, that guy makes sense. I'm going to follow him. The tune is the frosting on the cake. It does not matter how badass the batter is if the frosting the cake sucks. Not Lund tune, but I listen. You're the only one spitting knowledge on coyotes. More than likely, I'll switch to Lund in the future. Now, the reason I say that is because if you're a fan of this show and you're on this show, you should go, I like Alex. I believe Alex. I buy his merch. I paid $15 a month to have a little doohickey next to my shit. Why would I not get a Lund tune? Right? And then you might get a hold of me. I think I'm tuning Killshot Racing's car. It's under some like Mexican's name. So I'm like, okay, cool. Then we can have a good back and forth. He hits me up on Patreon. He goes, hey, I know I don't want to get in the tuning thing, but what do you think I should do? And I give them advice. Like if you're a Lund customer and a fan of the show, do you know you literally have 24/7 support? Not through the ticket system, but through me. If you're a Patreon subscriber and Lund tuned, you know that at any moment I could be online. Let's say I'm home on a Saturday and I ain't got nothing going on. And you're like, bro, I'm at a track, bro. I need a log looked at. I got you. Valley 10 Speed was trying to deliver a car the other day. And he is moving to Arizona, I think. So he's like, bro, I want to get this car done. And I'm like, Saturday. He hits me up on Instagram. What's up, brother? Just letting you know, I'm going to send the log so it's ready for you Monday. I'm like, okay. I logged in. Made some changes. Took me 2 minutes. Log this. Let me know how it is. Send me a log. Was crispy. Probably needs a built transmission sooner than later because it started to act up. And I'm like, it's making good power, so ship it. Ships it. Now he's done, right? He doesn't have to wait 3 more days. So I'm blown away that people that follow this show hardcore don't get Lund tuned. I think it's crazy. Checking in late, Theo says Mercury Motorsports. My heart is heavy today. Happy to catch you live with the boys. It's all about hanging out here. This is like a mini support system. We talk car shit here. Recommended my Mustang last. Bet it was the cheapest on the marketplace. Gen 1 truck and Turbo 400 sounds like LS Logic. Exactly. He says, just looking to make 600 horsepower with this Gen 1. Any precaution I need to make? Like I said, I'm new to this. Okay. We're not gonna bottom out on your asshole. Okay, we're gonna talk to you. Easily, you can make 600 rear wheel horsepower with 10 psi or 11 psi on an F-150 motor. The intake cam, in my most humble of opinions, has to be changed. You need at least a GT, a Mustang GT Gen 1 intake cam. The exhaust cam is generally the same. So if it has good compression, good oil pressure, swap out the intake cam. You have to make, let's just say, make life easier for yourself. It'll basically be a lower compression version of a Gen 1 GT motor. So if I were you, I would find, there are tons of them everywhere. Each cam has a barcode on it and a part number. A simple Google or scan of the barcode, you can figure out what that is. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you have to kind of like, you have to kind of configure the car to give it the best shot possible. So if you can find yourself a set of used Gen 1 cams, which are like $100, you go ahead and do that, brother. Kiyosha is a prime example of this. Dude on here preaching and trying to teach people when he couldn't even figure out a turbo car. Blows it up running slow ass 7.5/8. Oh! Killshot. Pito Chiquito says you ain't shit. And I think he said something about your mom. 600 horsepower equals 450 through a turbo 400. That's okay. Yeah, you can probably bump it up to like 750 or so before that shit blows up. I ain't getting blown up here. Yes, I did read your message. My friend is on a 3.25 pulley E30. I keep telling him this is how he's going to blow his motor. Okay, I can go into a little bit of detail why I think E30 is stupid. Every car has a stoic point from the factory of 14.079. Pump gas is 10% ethanol. Any additional ethanol you add to the vehicle while it maintains a 14.0 stoic point will cause the car to trim in fuel. Now, a couple of things can happen. If some stations have E20, which they do, which means 93 octane and 20% ethanol, that's okay. 93 octane and 30% ethanol, that's okay. NA, if it's not trimming into fuel, trimming in too much fuel. 15 psi, a stock fuel pump, 55-pound injectors, and E30 is a combination for disaster. And I love these armchair calibrators, aka salespeople. If you have a hose, ethanol requires more volume. Volume, not pressure. Volume. So you need to physically give it more fuel and more fuel supply. So people say, well, let me just jack up the pumps. Okay, you're running it through the stock line. You're running it through like a, what is it, a 3/16 line or something like that? Or 5/16 line? Or it's not a 3/8 line, I don't think. So you're running fuel through that line, and then you're like, well, now there's more demand. So now you're going to jack up the pump pressure, but you're restricting it through the line, through the rail. And then you are asking a car with a 14.0 stoic point to burn 30% ethanol with high fuel pressure with 55-pound injectors at 16 psi. That is so fucking stupid that it's criminal. It's so stupid. Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days. I agree. It's under some Mexican's name. It is. Black Car Guru shouting out Theo's ZR1. Yeah, he's good people. I think you could pay him. He'll talk about you for whatever. Some Mexican's name like Emilio Estevez. You mean Charlie Sheen's brother? Dude, I was like 8 years old, and I'm like, oh, what's that movie? What's that movie? The movie where the truck comes alive after a comet. What's the name of that movie, guys? where the vehicles and the anything electrical is alive. Fuck. It's not rubber. It's something else. What is the name of that movie? Where the trucks come alive. So Emilio Estevez is in it. So my father nonchalantly goes, so the Wraith came out around the same time. Maximum motherfucking Overdrive. Oh, what a movie. What a great movie. You're a car guy. The Wraith, Maximum Overdrive, The Stuntman, Airwolf, and Knight Rider. That was like, oh my God, that was like car overload. I just watched the episode with Goliath killed Kit. I was so pissed. I was like, so my father goes, hey, Chucho. They used to call me Chucho when I was a little kid. Chucho, remember that movie, The Wraith? Sí, papi, ¿qué pasó? You see that guy in Maximum Overdrive? I go, yeah, Emilio Estevez. That's his brother. I was like, how was Emilio Estevez's Charlie Sheen's brother? The names don't even match up. They got bullshit names. What? So for like 5 years, I'm like, how is Emilio Estevez Charlie Sheen's brother? Did they have different fathers? Then I found out it's bullshit. Maximum Overdrive. Yes, Maximum Overdrive is great. Pito Chiquito says, Killshot ain't hiding behind any profile. Been here longer than you and been on Patreon since day one. You know what I say ain't lies. The day you run Nines Nitrous, I will personally hand you $500. Whoa. What did he say? Let me see. Sixuki, don't burn the popcorn. Upgrade. Totin level. Look at this. Javier became a bitch level member. And then he became a Totin level member. Chase Delilah. He is in Australia. He says, hello, mate. For my Mustang, I can't make an accent. For my Mustang, I went to the guy who tuned my Falcon. When I wanted more, he told me to go to Lund. So I looked him up and signed up for the sauce. Someone in Australia said, yeah, you got to go to Lund. Fuck all that. Good. Killer Trucks from Outer Space. The Wraith is a classic. The Wraith CD. That is a compact disc for those of you that weren't, for those of you that are 20. A CD is a compact disc. Or DVD, digital video disc. It's in the Cadillac Escalade right now. And I can just hit a button and that shit plays. You should hear the language. You should hear the language on The Wraith. What a time to be alive. Gumball Rally, Cannonball Run, and Two Lane Blacktop. The Mighty Duckman himself. Is that the movie where the roller ran over the kid and smashed his head? Freaked me out for years after seeing that as a kid. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What's up, Theo? Hamry in for the live. Their dad is also an actor, Martin Sheen. Right. Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen. Okay, that's your dad. ¿Quién carajo es Emilio Estevez? And he looks white as fuck. Oh, I guess I gotta find it out. Who is Emilio Estevez? What? Google knows. Martin Sheen. I don't fucking know what's going on. Who is Charlie Sheen's father? Charlie Sheen's father. This guy was fucking dudes. This guy was like, yeah, you know how crazy drugs are? They turn you gay. Apparently, Charlie Sheen was so high that he was bored banging chicks. And he's like, let me take a stiff one up the poop chute and see how that feels. And he talks about it openly. I guess when you get old, a wise man told me one time, after a certain age, Alex, your asshole's always open. He said it so nonchalant and in passing. After a certain age, your asshole's always open. I hear Lund is the best tuner for Nitrous. I still have Laserdisc player around here. A Laserdisc? Like the big ones? Fucking big old 18-inch disc on your shit? But Alex, I thought it was a circular disc. What's good, Craig Walls? Craig Walls in the house? What's up, Craig Walls? Mr. Billet Noonan himself. Where is he? Nick, Nardi, Maximum Overdrive. I don't see Greg Walls anywhere. Oh, Javier, giving me $100. Learning in the background. Grateful for the knowledge you share. Thank you so much. Look, guys, if you could say, if you listen to this chat consistently, if you listen to this chat consistently, you know more than most of the people out there. Pops is right. It's the water. So the stuff I say is due to the fact that I have access to 10 years worth of calibrations, 10 years worth of adjustments, 10 years worth of knowledge being in the Coyote game. I've owned every generation except Gen 4. I own GT500, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. Currently own 3 Gen 1s and Coyote swaps and a truck. So who else do you know in the tuning game that has done that? That isn't named Lund. I think I've had more variety of vehicles. No, the Lunds have had more. I think they've had more. Yeah, they got Cobra. Fuck me. They have an uncle that acts also kind of Joe Estevez. Who cares? Hey, Alex, Martin Sheen's real name is Ramon Antonio Gerald Estevez. They changed it because he wanted to get into Hollywood. Pero, what the fuck is... Wait. Martin Sheen. But what about... Oh, Martin Sheen, the main guy. Oh, the dad? The dad is Ramon Antonio Gerard Estevez. Big ups. Javier Viciera. Javier coming in hot. Jaywalker says, yeah, that played movies, the big ass laser disc. That was better than VHS. Then the DVD came out. How much you want for it, Jaywalker? Says Joe Swears. What's happening, Emery? Says Michael. I don't even own a Coyote, and I know more than probably 80% of the internet forums, all because of this channel. And again, yes, I got that little feather. That's sort of feather. Not this is chip on shoulder feather in my cap. That I have the ability to communicate pretty well, and the information I give you guys is palatable. So when you go to a meet and someone says the only way you can get a Coyote to chop is to lock the cams, you can say bullshit. And then when you say this car's running the Ghost Cam tune, and he goes, that's stupid. That makes it run rich. Tell me. Explain to me like I am Corky. The reference. Explain to me like I'm Corky that a Ghost Cam tune chopping with the intake cam at 20 and the exhaust cam at 12 is different than if you lock the cams at that angle. Like, explain to me like I'm like the most retarded dude on the planet. What's up, Craig Walls? Right? Because when people think the Ghost Cam tune is, oh, you just run it rich and you the firing order is different. No, asshole. We take the cams and go at idle. And the moment it goes over 1,000 RPMs, they go back to their normal phasing. So when people go, oh, the only way you can make a Coyote chop is if you lock the cams. No, you don't. You are stupid. Shut up. Charlie Sheen equals Carlos Estevez. Predator 55-pound injectors. Do you have an idea how many PSI I can take? 14, 15? On race gas? On race gas. But not E30. Trying to figure out if I need injectors for my S650 Whipple Stage 2. Currently on a 3.5 pulley BAP and MS100. MS100. Beautiful. Since they command 50 degrees of spark advance, you should be okay. I wouldn't go past 15 PSI. Today, today years old when I found what DVD stands for. Thank you, Chucho. And I was like, Emilio, what movie was that? My coworker keeps telling me that to cam my GT350, and I told him it doesn't need cams. It has VCT. It ain't an LS. And this is oh my God, this thing just came out of my fucking head. This is the other issue. TikTokers that don't know shit will say this. What, they'll show a Coyote Mustang, and they'll say, it'll have a caption. It'll say, "Why did I cam my Coyote?" And then, bleh, 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 bleh. I'm like, When you buy ComCam Stage 2, Stage 3, Stage 1s, L&M intake cams, thumpers, whatever, it idles like this. La 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 la. It idles like a fucking stock car. So if you thought that by buying $1,800 or $2,000 cams, paying $1,100 or $1,200 to put them in, $4,000, and you thought your car was going to chop at idle, you got another thing coming. And then what happens? Oh man, I thought they were going to chop. Can you do a Ghost Cam to idle tune? I go, no. Because now the overlap, the lift, and the duration of the aftermarket cam does not let it Ghost Cam in a stable fashion. So now you were double fucked. It's like one of those double dildos. You just back right into it. Fuck it. Alex spitting knowledge. Sadly, people follow TikTok and ask you about it. Family, put a pinche 956. Put a pinche 956 a la verga, cuz.
Puro pinche 956 a la verga. Cuz.
Jake says, I love this channel because I feel so on game with Coyote stuff from your info. I own an R35 and an STI, and I can't wait to go back to the Coyote stuff next with the new info. Theo, one of the reasons people get tuned by someone else and not Lund is because they believe the results are too good to be true. Okay. So something has to change in the psyche of the end user to not give a fuck about dyno numbers and give a fuck about track performance or street performance. So if your guy, okay, for example, I had Jake's truck for a week. It took me 12 calibrations for me to be happy with the shift schedule. That took a week. And then I drove it. I went through 2 full tanks, 40 gallons, vetting it, driving it, different situations, taking off, stopping, downshifting, 15%, 30, 40, 70, watt, spool up, rolling boost brake, launching, right? Then I handed him the truck and I said, I am happy with this. You think by going to, sorry dyno guys, to a dyno guy with your automatic Mustang and he makes 3 rips that your tune is done? What about the street stuff? What about the street stuff? What about the stuff that matters? The stuff that you do 99% of the time. Take off from a light, cold start, downshift. Has that it? No. Yeah, look at my dyno sheet. It made 800 horsepower. How's it drive? Well, it's really aggressive, so like it drives like shit. It's really aggressive, so it drives like shit? Well, why was it that GT500 that I drove for 2 weeks was perfect? Why was that a single turbo 1,000 horsepower F-150 drives perfect? Shifts where it's supposed to shift. It's mint. I own the combo. I drive the combo. Lund has owned the combo, driven the combo. And when everyone else was announcing Whipple tunes or, hey guys, are you ready to get pre-buys? Pre-buys. Oh my God. Shirts are for pre-buys, not tunes. Pre-buy Whipple tunes. So you want us to give you 20 tunes, $20,000, and then you owe us the tune whenever you think that. Fuck that. Why don't you make it available, vet it, take week. You need cash. You need cash, pendejo. You need cash. Stupid. Shut up. Hate people. Nothing chops harder than stock cams, even though it's not real chop like the LS. Right. You really want to get in an LS guy's head? Ask him what causes the chop on an aftermarket cam. Hey, LS guy, when I put a fuck the dolphins, put your dick in the blowhole of the blue whales blowhole cam in it, what makes it go that the stock cam would go la 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 la? Oh, Alex, it's the overlap between the intake lobe and the exhaust lobe. So the stock cam has a certain cam profile that causes the idle to not have a lot of overlap, so it idles smooth. And then when you shove in a kill the Stingray cam, there's more overlap and it causes a choppy idle. Same thing with the Ghost cam too. I'm going to clip that. Same thing with the Ghost cam tune. We can move the intake cam independent to the exhaust cam bank per bank. So, intake cam, exhaust cam on bank 2. I can go like this to the cam. Intake this way, exhaust the other way. Because it has about 50 degrees of play in the phaser. What? What? Hey guys, I can't make rent for my shop this month. Ready for my pre-buy can tune? Brother, pre-buys trigger me. Rizzy, did I see someone mention F-cams? Real ones though, you can manually make a ghost cam if you toggle the AC window quick enough. Windows quick enough. That's funny. Most local people, to me, don't get tuned by Lund because the other tuners give them 30 degrees of spark advance on pump gas, NA, and get told it's safe. Look, you want 30 degrees on your pump gas tune? Sign a waiver. I had a gentleman today with a, you guessed it, an on-3 kit, blow his car up. Blow his car up. I never asked him for a wide open throttle. It was still limited to 6,200 RPMs. And he's like, never mind, the shit blew up. And he was disgusted. So, okay, normally I'd go, all right, see ya. Nah. Hey, man, let's go through this. Smoking guns. Can you pull the plugs? Can you check the wastegate line routing? Can you see what size springs are in the wastegates? Was the boost controller on? Was the boost controller off? What fuel was in it? Are your fuel pumps? I am going through a laundry list. And this guy's, I'm new to all this stuff. Fuck this. So imagine, he is new to this, bought an on-3 kit, big mistake, right? Anyone that knows anything about this show knows that when I see on-3, I know it's too rash. And I say it with my chest. You know what's funny? The wife of the dude that runs that shit show posted something on Instagram of her car not starting. And I went, like, it writes itself. I'm like, there you go. So I'm going through it. I'm like, I want to try to figure it out because I'm willing to tune it. Not a problem. But I'm saying, he's new to it, so he bought that kit. And then he's like, I think it has 10-pound springs on the gates. I'm like, damn, on pump gas? And what if the pump gas is bad pump gas? And what if the line routing of the wastegates is backwards and it pinned the gate shut and it saw all the fucking boost, which is what usually happens. So I'm in the middle of helping him right now. I'm not going to ditch him. I'm gonna be with him because he paid and we barely did any tuning. So I'm like, hey, I'm with you. Let's figure it out together. So in the event that you get another motor, it doesn't happen again. That's what you pay for. When people want a cam lobe tune to not take advantage of the benefits of VCT and a modern motor. Since we are on the ghost cam topic, can you explain why PD blower can't run with a ghost cam? Okay, so Chuck, real quick, because every time Chuck shows up, Chuck is one of those, believe it or not, national treasures that people don't realize how important he is to the Coyote and Ford racing game. You can drop off your GT500 and he'll build you a fucking 4-second, eighth mile car. So he says, yeah, my 2011 GT, where the fuck is it? Was, of course, Lund tune, made 470 with the compensation free cams, didn't chop unless the lobe tune was flashed. So this is a very good thing to talk about because I've had a couple of people on the ticket system go, Alex, why won't you send me? Okay, first of all, let's get something right off the bat. We don't have to send you the ghost cam tune. Maybe you didn't know this. It is up to our discretion because we know that it is a slippery slope. Number one, it's free. Free. The reason it's free is because we don't adjust it. If it chops, it chops. If it doesn't chop, it doesn't chop. It's free. If you bought a Lund tune for $800 for the hopes of getting the ghost cam tune, you are already fucked. Now let's talk about a positive displacement supercharger. Chuck, what happens when you cause a high overlap event in the engine with the cams? Like, let's say I install aftermarket locked cams and they're in a locked position and causing a lot of overlap and chopping. What is the byproduct of high overlap on the cams on the motor? Go. Go. So if I cause high overlap and the car starts to chop, what is the motor experiencing at idle? Do you see why I say Chuck is a national treasure? I asked Chuck. Vacuum drops. What happens to the bypass, Chuck, when vacuum drops? Reason we need a low vacuum bypass on the S197 GT500 with cams. So, are you willing for the Ghost Cam tune to work? Willing to install a low vacuum bypass? This is why we do not offer the Ghost Cam tune in positive displacement applications. It closes and IATs go through the roof. If the vacuum drops at idle, the bypass closes, meaning it is generating internal boost. It is not bypassing, which is what the bypass does. The rotors are spinning at idle. They're spinning. So the bypass is open and it's bypassing any boost. The moment vacuum drops, boop, it shuts. Now you are damn near pressurizing everything, and IATs go to 140, 150, 160, 170 at idle. But if you have a low vacuum bypass, it allows it to stay open even under low vacuum conditions. Are you willing to change your bypass in order to have a Ghost Cam idle tune on your Gen 1, 2, or 3? Whipple, Edelbrock, Odin, or Roush blower? No? Yes, exactly. You got it. You got it. Today was leg day. He's 100% right. 100% right. And you know what's the worst thing about leg day? When you run your finger between your nuts and your inner thigh, woo-wee! You don't want to smell your finger afterwards. It's a... Men are like, he's right. They hate on the Ghost Cam tune because they can't tune it like Lund. I get so much hate when I flash a tune with my N-Gauge on my centrifugal blower, blowing and chopping it idle. Why can you do it on a stock throttle body application? It has a bypass called the blow-off valve, or the blow-off valve. That sucker's open at idle, regardless of the vacuum. And it does not cause high IAT issues. Reason we need a low vacuum bypass, exactly. Is the Z01 getting a Ghost Cam? No, the Z01 has locked cams. Guess what else today was? Yeah, the 911. Wild. Dude, if you're under 30, you think differently about 911 than I do. If you're under 35, you think differently about 911 than I do. Because I was 20 when it happened. And I was like, but I'm not trying to be all somber. But I thought about that today. I go, someone that is 35 years old, a grown-ass man, thinks about today totally differently than I do. Because I was in Massachusetts when it happened. I worked at an airport. It was wild. Overlap kills manifold vacuum. Lack of manifold vacuum had a big effect on bypass operation. Alice, so do you manipulate the phaser solenoids more to make the cams lope? Yes. Yes. And spark and throttle. A bunch of things have to happen. See, anyone here carburetor guys? Anyone know any carburetor guys? If you have a stock cam, let's say for instance, you have a stock cam on a carbureted 85 Mustang. Carbureted 85 Mustang. Let's say it's got a Holley double pumper. And it's happy. You adjust it, the idle air mixture screws, right? You're happy how it's idling. Now shoving a B cam, an F cam, or an emissions legal E cam in it with 1.6 rockers or something. Do you think the carburetor settings on that car will work fine when it had a stock cam in it versus when you put an aftermarket cam in it? I tried writing a Ghost Cam 2 for my Gen 1. Not as easy as I thought it would be. Won't stay map point when I change the degrees. Let's get to the answer. I was in boot camp during 9/11. Oh, brother. I'm a firm believer in October 14th. Kirk's birthday should become a holiday. It will be. That guy was... And this is going to be like a bit of a leap, but some people were likening him to Martin Luther King in terms of certain folk. Not me. I thought he was eloquently spoken. Family man. Awesome. But seeing it changes you. I was in Fort Polk, Louisiana doing JRTC. Okay. Oh, it's Chuck's birthday? It's your birthday? Your birthday's 9... Dude. My God. So happy birthday, Chuck. What a birthday. Boy, that sucks, right? What kind of a... No one answered my question. Right. Hell no, says Joe Jackson. Nope, carb goes to shit. You have to adjust it again. Power valve opens. More duration, less idle. So... Exactly. Yesterday was MLK like event. Yes, but I'm talking about the figure, not the shooting. The shooting was traumatizing, but I'm talking about the figure. So your carburetor settings, back to the carburetor talk, because we don't want to get all somber. Back to the carburetor talk. Your carburetor settings have to change if you have an 85 Mustang GT with a stock cam and then you put in an F cam or a B cam, right? Okay. What do you think has to happen to the throttle, injector, spark, torque, throttle angle? The changes you have to make on a carburetor to make it chop happy with a cam, you have to make changes in the tune to make it live in a happy state. Now, Gen 1 is difficult. Gen 1 is insanely difficult to keep running. Gen 1 is not happy. Gen 1 does not have the best control system. Gen 2 is the king. King. Perfect cam size, perfect cylinder head design, perfect overlap to chop nasty. And you're like, that's a stock cam? Dumb. Gen 3, not so much. Gen 4 is pretty good, but I still prefer Gen 2 cam loped idle tune. So again, to all this to say, if you have a positive displacement blower, we probably will not send you a ghost cam tune, any generation, unless you might be willing to put a low vacuum bypass in it. And even then, it is up to our discretion to send it or not. So don't think it's an automatic. So Edelbrock, Odin, E-Force, Roush, all them shits. Centrifugal, all day. Turbo, all day. Naturally aspirated, all day. I was in New York City, 10 blocks from Ground Zero, visiting this girl I was dating. What the hell does she look like? You know I'm older than Chuck? That blows my mind. Like a lot older. Coming back to Delaware the night before, and I got woken up by my roommate telling me to get up. It sucked. Thank you all. Happy birthday. Well, Mercury, if the shit is the fan, just remember one side is dude in dresses, the other side grew up shooting guns. Hi, Alex. Gonna end up pulling the trigger on the 10R eventually. I want to go fast like 8s, or just keep it at 900. If you want to go fast like 8s in the quarter mile, the 10R is going to be tough. So you're going to have to build it, put some clutches in it, maybe some saucy shit from midnight. But if your car's pretty light, meaning 3,600, 3,500 pounds, that is light for Coyotes, Gen 3s. It can go 8s with about anything over 15 to 18 pounds of boost. But it's not going to do it for a long time, and I don't think it'll do it for a season. I think it'll do it for a test and tune or two, and after a while, you're just going to have a problem. Gen 2 F-150s don't chop, right? Correct. It is the control system. Look, there are, if you look at the calibration, there are duty cycles. There are 30,000 mapped points, torque tables, spark tables, everything. Now, I could just say 3 words, and a lot of self-tuners can probably figure out the ghost cam. But I'm not going to do that, because I know too much. But I know it can be done. You just have to know how the operating system works. So Gen 1, not great. Gen 2, king! Slightly random, but if you were to buy a used Gen 2, what would be your personal sweet spot for mileage? $30,000 to $50,000 miles. A California special, pendejos. Mira. Car Gurus. California special. Gen 2. Why? That's an old motherfucker car. Ford. Let's do it together because we like shopping. We like shopping cars. I've said this a million times. Mustang. Let's get some music. Well, that's not it. Let's get some music. Okay. Mustang. What the fuck's a Mustang? What the fuck? I can't find the Mustang. What? Model T? Oh, Jesus Christ. So stupid. Mustang. Ba-da-ba-da-bum, ba-ba-da-bum, bum, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-da-bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-ba-bum, bum, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, mileage. Okay, let's what the fuck? Oh, 5,000, 50,000 or fewer. Years 15 to 17, right? Gen 2, 15 to 17, cabrón. Okay, 15 to 17, 15 to 17. Ah, esta mierda, brother. Esta mierda, me encojona. Me encabrona esta mierda, brother. California special. Let's go. Cali. Let's go. GT limited. Where's the Cali? Here you go. Boom. Nothing. Oh, ¿qué pasó? Fuck it. Let's let me see. How come no Cali special? Damn. No California special, son. Oh, I thought it was turned under the... Man, fuck it. 2016 California special Mustang for sale. Here we go. Hell yeah. Hell, Port St. Lucie. Right up the street. Ian Martha lives there. Ian Martha telling people, damn. There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, why a California special? Young guys ain't buying this. Young guys want the saucy shit. Young guys want, the base model bitch ass. This thing got the heated and the cooled culo, right? It's got the Alcantara. Damn, mira pa allá. Where's the interior shots? Bro, it's got the Alcantara. It's got the bigger screen. Bro, damn, that key looks like it's been fingered to death. It's got the Alcantara insert, the red piping. Let's go. That is an old man car. And that car is not abused. That car's not beat up. That car's 27,000 doll hairs. You get yourself. Chuck, I'm 51, motherfucker. You're not 51. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't 51. You're like 40 something. Happy birthday, Chuck. Gen 3 Lund tuned car. Couldn't chop like my Gen 2. Was a big difference. Right. Fuck him. Chuck, have a happy birthday. Got it. Damn, happy birthday, Chuck. With a PD and a stock motor, says Justin. I got you beat, Chuck. Chuck, was the risk? I have a customer running a 150 in the quarter, leaving easy. 160 foots, a full weight. We're getting ready to lighten that thing up. Don't let Chucho sully your name, Chuck. I was 19 on Mass Avenue, boss. Don't care. Okay. Laying gas line, stop for coffee, watch it live, waiting for my sandwich. Fucking chaos, ghost town. Alex, why are you looking at California specials when he's gonna buy Money Pit? I'm gonna buy Money Pit, but the customer asked me, or the viewer asked me, which one would you get? I would get a Cali special. The Lunds are giving me a crazy price, but I got to be able to afford it comfortably. I'm about to drop 12 grand or so on the turbo kit on the Corvette. So once the Corvette, I'll pick up Money Pit and give you Gen 2 content. You can still find used Model Ts. That 24 nose is like the sun. You can't directly look at it. Most list them as GTs. Mine wasn't listed as a California special when I bought it. God, they're ugly though. Not a fan. I love the California special Mercury Motorsports. Bro, it's literally a set of wheels and a drop kit from being badass. Cali specials, even Gen 1 Cali specials, they had the cool inserts. The Gen 1 Cali specials are badass. In terms of looks, there's nothing special about them. They don't make any more power. It's just a trim level. It's gay. Hey, Alex, off topic. Would you ever consider buying a 1910 or 80? No. Dude, I drove Jake's truck. I don't know how you motherfuckers live with a 10 or 80. Ooh. Piece of shit. So now his shift schedule makes a little more sense. I wish I still had this one. Cali special price through the roof now. What are you talking about? You're 51? How the fuck are you 51? How the fuck are you 50? What happened? What happened to us, Chuck? We just aged super fast. See, but I'm like, I got a little more, what do you call it? Melanin? I found a blue 16 Cali MT82 for 28.5 in Tennessee with 44,000 miles. They're out there in good condition, like you said. Exactly. California special luxury Mustangs. That's what young guys don't want them, old guys do, right? But what I'm saying is you can find them used for $25,000. No, you want a Cali special because the original owner had it and drove the shows and had poser for it. Yes, he never beat it up. The old guy that bought a California special never beat it up, never brought it over 7,000 RPMs or 6,000 RPMs, never went wide open throttle. It is a cherry car. That's the one to get. I got a salvage title. That's Money Pit stuff. Motor Trans Primo, though. Extra sloppy. Alex, if you want a fast street car, is a 197 chassis with a Gen 2 engine and control pack and twin turbo the way to go? What the fuck did you just say, Tay Speaks? Why would you put a Gen 2 control pack in a Gen 1 chassis? Why would you do that? Tay Speaks. Why? Why would you do a Gen 2? You're saying for control and ultimate. No. Gen 1 with a Gen 1 control pack, built motor. Gen 1 operating system, basically an 1114 GT. And you just put power to it. A rod and piston, guys, rods and piston, stock cam, stock heads. A rod and piston Gen 1 is severely underrated. 8 or no, it's an illuminator. The fuck? The Cali Special interiors are my favorite part. Chase says, good to see the show again. Been a fair while. Keep up the good work. Have a good one. Is it late in Australia right now? Thoughts on improvements at BMP? Don't know. I don't care about BMP. I don't give a fuck what they do at BMP. I don't support BMP. I have my own reasons for not supporting that track and the people that run it. So there goes that. Alex, do you think at some point finding a clean Gen 2-3 cars will be hard? No. Nope. No, you can find clean Gen 1 cars right now. Look at Donnie. I mean, it's not clean, but it's clean for me. I had a glass roof silver Gen 1 California special car. Car was rad. Turned the 10R80 into a 6R80. That's what a 10R truck sounds like. Exactly. It just fucking drops off and it just stacks all the gears. So I made his not even going to 7th or 8th gear till like 70 miles an hour, and it was perfect. And then when you let off the gas, it'll stack. I sold my 2050 solely because I hated the 10R80 driving around town. It's awful. Gen 2 F-150 6R drives pretty good. Dude, guys. So I had Jake's truck. Got it running good. I'm happy with the shift schedule. But again, it's a 10R. Dropped it off at his house. Got in Donnie. Took the first right off of, what is that? Indian Town Road? Perfect. High 2800. Torque converter like a dude. I was going 80. I was like, this is how every car should shift. With a converter, of course. No more 10R80 for me. I have a PDK DCT and a ZF8. The CS is nice. Brokey here. You'll probably get the most bare bone stick car. Look, I know you're broke when you have a non-performance package car, right? But that's the car to get if you're going to modify it. If the goal is to modify the shit out of the car, why would you buy a performance package car and then take the springs out? And then take the wheels out? And then remove the Brembo brakes? And why would you buy a performance package? And then this is the funniest thing. Gen 3 performance package cars with Magna Ride. They start complaining about how when you make 900 horsepower, the Magna Ride doesn't help it. I go, who the fuck told you to buy a Magna Ride car and put a 900 horsepower to it? Put some coilovers in the bitch. Oh, but I like being able to adjust the stiffness of this, and then fucking live with that. Live with that. I meant for a street car that can take to the track as well. Should have specified. Tay Speaks, why would you put a Gen 2 control system in a Gen 1 car? How are you gonna have the body control module communicate with everything else? The CAN bus addresses are different. So you'll need what? Custom gauges. You need a Dakota digital dash. Nothing will work. The AC control won't work. Nothing will work. Weird. Recommended AutoTempest, brother. It's an aggregate site. Got it. Alex, the 10R80 shifts you vetted on Jake's truck. Will they end up in the system if someone wants them? Yes. I can simply copy, paste his shift schedule into yours. I made one with skip shift, 1-3, and the other one without skip shift, so it goes 1-2-3 no matter what. People tend to like the skip shift at low throttle positions, under 20% throttle or pedal. Under 20% pedal, people tend to like the skip shift. I'm 55. The California Special is calling my name, says Joseph Lacey. Well, it's not old motherfuckers here. I'm old. Okay, I'm old motherfuckers. That was me. Miss the S197. You didn't have a Gen 2 control pack in there. Oh, yes, I agree with you, Jake. Okay, now bullets. Avoid bullets like you avoid base GTs. If you want a nice car, they're ragged out by young guys. The Bullet Mustang it caters to like the Bullet 2-valve is owned by the biggest douchebags you'll ever meet. There is no Bullet 2-valve left. Maybe there's 3 or 4 boomers that have it in the garage and they're like, one of these days at Barrett Jackson, this son of a bitch is going to be worth $1 million. Why? Because it's got red brake calipers and it's green paint? Alex says, hello, Alex. Sebastian says, I had to get a performance package solely for the wheels. The Brembos are nice as well. The Brembos are badass. The reason I got the white car, I wanted the Brembos and I wanted the wheels because it had bigger rubber. And I drove it like that for like 3 years. Then I put a set of wheels on it. Then I put an ESS on it, which, whatever. And then I dropped it, put GT500 wheels on it. Bitch was bad. It's probably still around. Some fucking homo bagged it. If you want to drive it like stock, ride it like stock, be reliable as stock, leave it stock. I love when people go, drives like stock. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, you stupid son of a bitch. It doesn't drive like stock. Stock drives like stock. And when you drive a stock car again, you'll hate it. Here comes breakfast question. Ab Alisa. Mine drives and shifts pretty good. But the stupid Whipple 150 throttle body is pretty much chasing its own tail trying to drive and idle normally. It's a 150. Soldered a base 300A Gen 3 manual because I did care about bells and whistles. Just wanted the drivetrain. I did care about the bells and whistles. Okay, I might get it if my Century set up. Yeah, let me know. JD Swag. If Alex didn't have breakfast, how would we feel? Go eat breakfast. You feel hungry. Is the 1080 happy at 700 real horsepower? Yes. Jake drove his for a while at 600 real horse for 2 years, and it started to slip the clutches. Understand. Lots of brake boosting. Lots of launches, 4-wheel drive. The truck is heavier. The clutches are going to be stressed out a little more. So the power level versus longevity comes down drastically when the car is heavier. So if you have a 700 horsepower 10R80 F-150, that's the equivalent of like an 800 or 850 real horsepower GT. Sorry, I just regained consciousness. What's the allure of the CS? Boomers buy it. It's not as beat up as much. That's it. It's just a well-preserved Gen 2. Just buy the wheels on Marketplace. So many people get rid of them. Alex, I know the live is almost over and you want to say thank you for this live. Okay. Carlos Bahena says, Alex, I know the live is almost over and I just want to say thank you for this. It brought up my mood. So I'll preface this. This is the reason I wanted to get back to normal. One of the hardest things to do is to get out of a loop. And if you're a Star Trek fan, there was a episode where the Enterprise was caught in a causality loop where it would repeat the same event over and over. And unless you make a change, you're bound to repeat certain things. And the human psyche is interesting when triggered by a dramatic event. And 2 dramatic events in a row. If you're in your mid to late 40s, 9/11 was real tough if you're from the Northeast. Extremely tough. If you're a conservative in your 40s, yesterday was tough. Twitter has no chill. And I was like, I had to see it because I need to know how I felt in that moment. But then I thought to myself, seeing every other podcaster get on live real quick, share their heartfelt emotions, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I want to take you away from that. I want to entertain you. I want to bring you back to normal. I want to remind you what life was like before 2 days ago. So my goal was to make people laugh and have fun and talk car shit and get back to normal. And maybe you'll go to sleep tonight going, oh, that was nice, right? Because right now when you turn on the TV, it's the same fucking loop. The loop, every fucking thing. And it just reminds you and it puts you in a bad mood. And I'm not about bad moods, man. I'm not about bad moods. I'm about trying to educate and inform and entertain people. That's it. That's why I do this. Like, I do this to make people laugh and have fun. Now they all say Control Pack are talking ECU. Yeah, exactly. Now, when y'all say Control Pack are talking ECU, have you ever heard of ECU slowing down over time and potentially causing issues? No. When they first came out with Ford, they couldn't sell them for shit. Big discounts. I am 63 years old tomorrow. Wow. Good for you. I hope at 63, I hope my dick works, and I hope I'm jacked. Because there's going to come a point that I'm going to take TRT. If I make it to 63, I hope I am fucking jacked. Agreed, Alex. It's been rough. We appreciate you, sir. Again, I'm not trying to get applause or whatever. I'm just trying to entertain you motherfuckers. That's all. Always back to Star Trek. Always back to Star Trek. Yeah, Data was complicit in that causality loop with the aliens. If I remember, what the fuck are you talking about? Chuck, take a pill. Data was not involved in the causality loop. Okay? And there were no aliens causing it. It was a rift in space-time. How dare you? Not to mention, we were already fucked up from that Russian girl. Dude, the Russian girl thing, then Charlie, then 9/11, bad 3 days. This show kicks ass. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Josh Warner. Josh Warner. Why do I know that name? Pretty much, let's say here, pretty much, Sábado Gigante. I need El Chacal. I'm 64, says Stuart D. Thank you, Dio. We love you, no homo. I thought that said we love you, homo. I'm like, hey, what the fuck? Car shit talking entertainment when we need it. Alex, you're the man. Yeah, it's all good. Look, so got 9 minutes. So this show was mainly concentrating on people that make bad decisions. I don't think you can count on Lund to bail you out without high scrutiny. Meaning, if you got tuned by the ops, if you got tuned by thieves, if you got tuned by tune stealers, if you got tuned by motherfuckers that don't floss, if you got tuned by people that got fired and were given access to other shit and still stole you deserve whatever you're going to get. And then when you go kiss Lund's ass a little bit, understand their hesitancy of wanting to help you. They're going to be, I'm going to be a little hesitant. I don't know, you come here. And that's how I would be, because I am defensive about the whole situation. I have their backs. So when anyone comes, I fucked up. Okay, well, do the mea culpa, do a couple laps, a couple of Hail Marys, ask for forgiveness. 48, just found out I have a tumor on my spine. Damn the fish. Is it benign? Is it fucking up your shit? Damn it. 3 Rikers rank, exactly. What Russian girl? What Russian girl? Ukrainian girl. Same shit. This live really helped me today. Post ACL operation this week. Was stuck in front of the TV phone all day yesterday. Can't work or gym. Thank you, Theo. But did you jerk off? Were you able to get a nut in while you got your ACL fucked with? That's all that matters, really. I gotta have my older brother on the lifeline for next Star Trek trivia. He was on the Next Generation Die Hard. Had life-size cutout of John Luke in his room. Oh, he might be gay. Lost both my parents in the past 6 months. Woof. Finding out Alex's channel has helping me stay upbeat. God damn. Well, thank you. So this show was definitely nice to get off the normal topic seen on Facebook and all the bullshit. But smash your condolences, brother. Yeah, it was tough yesterday absorbing all the news, seeing the close-up chilling level I can't articulate. I was on Patreon. And I said a video hadn't affected me like that since a Russian video. There was a Chechnyan war or something like in 1999 or 2000. And this is when Live Leak just started coming out. And there was a scene of a Russian guy on the ground and a Chechnyan or something soldier with his boot on his neck. And he took a Rambo knife and went while the guy was alive. And I was like, I should not have seen that. And then when you see this video that popped up yesterday, you're like, first of all, you're like, wow, graphic, right? Then you're like, planned, right? And then you're like, you go down the rabbit hole. So then I'm like, I can't. I need to be sane. I need to be good. It sucks, and I'm aware of what's happening, but I can't have it in front of my face all the time. It's not whenever you get tuned. It's whenever you get ghosted by the scumbags. Okay, but that's the problem, Carlos Bahena. You get ghosted because there's a problem with the tune. But this is what's able to happen, right? So let's say, for instance, let's run a scenario by you that we think can happen. I get tuned by the ops. I am not happy being tuned by the ops. I then threaten to go get tuned by Lund, knowing it's going to cost me damn near $1,000. The ops get word that you're going to jump ship to Lund. So then you buy a Lund tune, but haven't received the tune yet. The ops send you an update. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You're going to go to Lund? Stop everything I'm doing. Fuck everybody. Let me actually tune your truck. Here you go. Now it runs decent. Then what do? I want a refund. So now we're going to lose money because when we get money deposited in our account and then we refund it, there's a transaction fee. So we're basically losing money because you went and got, we don't want that. No, thank you. Life-size poster of Picard isn't gay. Life-size poster of Diddy is. Life-size poster of any man is gay. Very wise to disconnect, fellas. Good show. Needed a respite in these tumultuous times. You ask for a ghost cam tune and they forget the cam tune part. 2 girls, 1 cup is the worst video I've ever seen. I didn't see it till I was a grown-ass man. I'm like, hey, what's so bad about this? What's so bad about that? Shit. Well, dropping down a 3.3 pull and a Paxton, a 2200, 13 GT, Gen 3 short block, and a 4 level 2 E85 be safe? Yeah, it's going to make like 850 horse. It's going to make a lot of power. If I did say so, thanks for the hoodie. Alex, you got it, brother. It's a Durst Story, got a hoodie, and toilet dumper. The size was wild. I was like, damn, bro. Thank you for working with me, Alex, on the Whipple 18 LPXHD. Exploded mid-pull. You hit me with the driver 02 going out. Can't catch a break. LPXHD. Oh, ask Bondo Bird about that. Bondo Bird. Bondo Bird. Tell him about your experience with the LPXHD. I'm not in the know anymore. Someone tell me who the ops are. The same guys. Usually, after traumatic experience is part of your brain that allows you to be programmed through trauma experience. Yeah, it's weird. The opposition. He said the opposition. 2 girls, 1 cup is nasty, but a little different. Looking forward to getting my Gen 2 tune in the spring when I get the ESS on. Kid at work as a Whipple 2018 and got tuned by sunglasses inside. Free through a guy at work. Damn thing has trouble starting and he's waiting over a week for a revision on 91 octane. Turvy fabbing headers as we speak. Face of Death fucked me up as a kid. Bangedup.com fucked me up. Faces of Death fucked me up as... yeah, there's a lot of stuff. The internet was the Wild West in the late 90s, early 2000s. Wild West. You could see whatever the hell you wanted to see. This version of the internet, guys, this is commercialized. What is the dark web now was the main web then. So now when you're like, I go to Google. You go to Google and be like, type in a man getting his throat cut off. Good luck. Like, good luck. I still love my Section 8 hoodie you gave me earlier this year. 2 girls, 1 cup is like me and myself and Irene when he shits in the yard and the scene switches soft serve ice cream. Yeah, Dad says, fuck that clutch. Chuck says, LPXHD, a McLeod RST variant, private labeled to Lethal Performance. Well, long story short, I got in trouble for posting regarding that clutch, a Lethal branded clutch. LOL, bargain basement McLeod. Exactly. Don't take no shit, Bondo. Double down. Oh, fuck, I forgot about Banged Up. Bangedup.com was wild. Every morning, bangedup.com, see the top 10, then go to liveleak.com, see that for the first day, and then you go about your day with the most crazy visuals burned in your brain forever. And that's how you started your day as a Gen Xer. You go to work like, I saw a guy's head get cut off. Yeah, wild shit. E-Fucked was another one. Face to Death, haven't heard of that in years. Yeah, they were in VHS. I had a coworker that stayed on Narco Mundo during lunch. I started eating in my car because he would watch him on a loudspeaker. I love the channel because I learn, 2, I laugh, and 3, I have fun. Keep up the awesome work, Theo. Cobra 460. Boomhour says, I'm 51 years old. I drive a Mad Max starter kit 94 GTS and 95 5-speed named El Kabong. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Had a good show today, trying to get out of the norm, out of the bullshit. So hopefully I helped you laugh a little, learn a little, and hang out with the guys here with like-minded people. We talked about getting tuned by the ops and then having to come back to Lund. Understand, we'll do it, but we might give you a screening process to understand where we're coming from so we don't fall back into the causality loop of refunding people their money. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Sunday morning for Peasant Chat. We talk with poor people about car shit or whatever pops up during that show. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys later. Bye.